What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Uncle Rza, Rainbow Six. I know you guys been asking for this video for a while, man. Not enough hours in the day, I assure you. But nonetheless, I had a good bit of time to sit back and rewatch my footage and relive my experiences from the Rainbow Six Siege beta. And what I can tell you about this game is it is dope as fuck. I mean, there isn't too much about it I don't like. Besides the obvious, you know, the servers were going wild. I felt like I spent more time trying to connect to a game with my friends than actually playing a game. And then when you get in, it would drop you. It was, for lack of a better word, frustrated. And you can't really hold that against it, right? It's a beta. But Snow's got a hunch that this thing's gonna launch with these very same problems. Ubisoft may strike again. We'll have to wait and see. But besides that, you know, this is one of those love letters to fans type games. You know, we first got a load of Rainbow. Oh shit, what am I doing with this grenade? Flashbang. When we first got a hold of Rainbow, that Triller, people didn't know what the hell it was, and we still, even after that, it disappeared for like another year and a half, and then it came back, and they sort of, you can get the feeling that they shifted directions, right? Because now they were telling us it's this very intricate 5v5 with very precision and tactical squad-based combat. Like, what? Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But when you think back about Rainbow was one of my favorite shooting series, right? I mean, that was my second most beloved game on Xbox, and it quickly became the most on the original Xbox and Xbox Live, because my first online game was Ghost Recon. You know, Halo wasn't online then. Halo, you had to use Team Xbox or XBC. Wait, hang on. What the hell is it called? Team Play? I forgot what that thing is called. The peer-to-peer, but it goes through your internet. It tricks the Xbox. You had to use that to play online. But Rainbow, following the Ghost Recon, that shit was straight Xbox Live, and I fell in love with Rainbow because it was a lot faster pace than the Recon. And I never forget, Rainbow was like the first game I've ever played that showed you your gun on screen. So that I thought was crazy. And then you had red dots, red scopes, and whatnot. So I really enjoyed that. And I have a very vivid memory of what Rainbow was. You know, putting C4 on doors and going back in the corner and turning your thermal vision on and waiting for the dude to come to the door and just blow it. And I remember the ragdoll physics that would send dudes flying over staircases and whatnot. So there was a lot that I remembered about Rainbow that made it such a beloved game to me, and none of it really fit the bill of this tactical shooter. But when you think about it, versus something like Recon, it sure did. So when I sort of realized that, I went back and I said, okay, let's see what they got. You know, I watched a lot of the footage from some of these other YouTube guys, and I still didn't know what to think of it. They had their reserves, and they were about halfway in, halfway out, and it wasn't looking too good. And then the beta came out, and wow, the game is dope. I mean, the obvious elephant in the room is the gameplay, and whether or not this thing that they're selling us of this tactical gameplay is real. And I can say it is. It's super dope. You know, I don't know what game modes they're gonna have. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. But the one gameplay that we have here really encourages that scenario where you've got an attacking team and a defending team, and they've all got wild amounts of gadgets and weapons. You know, it's best described as a chess match. There are things that you can put through walls. You know, certain walls you can breach through, certain walls you can't. Certain walls you can shoot through, others you can't. And the walls that you can shoot through or breach through, the other team has the ability to reinforce it to stop shit from getting through. There's even gadgets that'll just disintegrate grenades and flashbangs before they even get in the room, so they're a lot less harmful. It's it's like a yin and yang check and balance system that's just amazing. I really enjoy the amount of thought and effort that they put into counterbalancing these classes, and they kind of work off the Medal of Honor thing, where you don't pick a loadout per se, but you pick a class of character that does specific things. So when you're rolling out as a team, this then encourages you to really pay attention to the map and the adversary you're facing, and what your teammates should and shouldn't be picking. And as time goes on, you know, you've been playing with a group of guys for hours, so you know what they're gonna bring and you know what you should bring. It's kind of dope, man. Like on defense, there's a dude that electrocutes. He puts down this electrocution thing from a battery onto anything metal. So what's dope about that is other characters can put down razor wire, so he can put his electric shit in the middle of the razor wire. So the razor wire on its own just slows players down, but when you electrocute it, it actually deals them damage. That's dope. And then you have the reinforcing thing I was talking about earlier, the ability to reinforce walls. It's done by like a metal shield, and each player has 3 of them, I think. So each player can reinforce 3 walls. Again, he can electrocute that thing. So as players come by and they lean up on a wall, it deals them damage. And that's like, wow, that's interesting. I really like it. And here you see me placing the breach on the window there. And this is a lot of the dopeness, man. There's so many different ways to come in, so many different ways to attack. It's dope. You really need to take your time and gather intel. Speaking of gathering intel, there's this little 30-second thing at the start where you get this remote control drone and you can go in and look for people. You know, to try to find a bomb. I guess it's not bad. I kind of like it. You see my girl here, she can pick up electronics through walls and whatnot, so I can see if there's C4 down before we enter or breach. I think it's dope. I think the destruction in the game definitely aids to the tactical stuff. It aids to the ferocity of what the fuck is going on. One thing I didn't like though was I felt like the classes, the attack versus defense was unbalanced, because the attackers get assault rifles, and I mean some serious assault rifles, whereas the defenders, they only get SMGs and shotguns. I didn't like that at all. I'm not sure why that was a decision, but I really wanted to just have an assault rifle when I was defending, and it just wasn't the case. But nonetheless, speaking of the gunplay is amazing. This is definitely the Rainbow. This is what I remember from Rainbow, that very technical, you need to be aware of recoil and how your gun reacts. It's all here. I mean, and don't get it twisted, all of these guns will take you out with a shot to the face. The difference is the distance they can do it. Look at this guy, peek the hell out the window, son. The distance they can do it at, the bullet fire rate. There's a lot going on here that they were able to nail technically, and I think they deserve some applause for that. The explosions are amazing. They sound amazing. They disorientate the shit out of people. It's interesting how you can be Batman, agents of deception. You know, run around the room and put a charge and blow it, but you're coming in from the window on the other side. All that stuff works here. That stuff is amazing, man, and it just really adds to what they're selling. The sound is amazing in the game. You can, if you've got headphones, this game will really not only reward you, but it'll give you a pretty decent tactical advantage. You can hear footsteps, you hear shots, you know what hallways or quarters they're coming from. I think it's super dope. The graphics, not a fan of them, and it's one of those things where it's a beta, right? So I can't really comment on the graphics. I played it on my PC, and it looked okay. I wouldn't say it looked marginally better than it did on the Xbox One. I think overall the graphics are very bland. I sort of expect them to turn that up a notch when it is released. Oh, he caught me. And if they don't, it's unfortunate, but it doesn't really hinder the fast pace action that goes on. And if that's the case, you know, I'll take that sacrifice, because I feel like the game is such a solid contender for your first person shooter money this holiday season. I can't wait to get in and play more. You know, it takes a while to get back to gameplay where there is no respawn, and it takes a while to value your life in the game. Because all we want to do is rush, shoot, kill. That is not going to work here. Especially when the other team is just communicating. And yeah, this is one of those games where it's almost impossible to play if you don't put your goddamn mic in. Like, come on guys, talk, communicate. It gets really difficult to play if you can't communicate in this game. So yeah, you know, so far I'm loving it. I'm a fan of it. I think they pulled it off, and I look forward to seeing more when it's launched. Hit the comments, guys. It's your boy Uncle Rza, Ignorant Gamers. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.